Hi, I'm Navya, and in this TOEFL series, I'll be sharing with you the resources that enabled me to score 120 on 120 in TOEFL IBT. This is a curated list to save you money, energy, and most importantly, time, so you can focus on practicing and perfecting your skills. In the second video of this series, I will be sharing resources for excelling in the reading section. Links to all the videos and books recommended will be in the description below. This entire video, which also contains links, can be downloaded as a PDF. All of this will be in the description, and now that we've covered that, let's dive right in. Begin your prep by going through the section on reading as given in the official guide. If you are using the 6th edition, it is from pages 37 to 59. This is really helpful to understand the various kinds of passages and the different types of questions that will be asked. If you would rather watch a video about the reading questions format, this video by TST Prep is a great resource. It'll equip you to understand the different types of questions, recognize them, and know how many of each come up. After having watched the previous video or read the official guide, you will see that there are 6 practice tests for the reading section available in the official guide. Do not attempt the reading passage sets at this stage. As there are only 6 passages available, save them up for after you have learnt about some strategies and tips so you know how you would score if you went in prepared. Proceed to get more familiar with these tips and strategies by using the following video resources. Greg Matt is a brilliant YouTube channel, particularly for GRE. In fact, this was my main go-to for GRE, and I'm so glad I found this channel when I did. He has limited but golden content for TOEFL as well. In this video, he does an entire walkthrough of a reading passage and shares tips that really helped me out. I highly recommend checking this channel out. He's very funny without being distracting and has a simple but extremely effective and engaging way of coaching. If you want a longer version of Greg Matt's reading strategies, this video highlights almost the same tips as the previous video, but does so in a live stream, where he is interacting with students and clearing their doubts as they come up. This might answer some of your own questions as well. For a few more tips to further bolster your strategy, you can watch this video by TST Prep. The tips discussed in the previous videos are crucial for time management. It'll help you comprehend the passages without constantly rereading them. Having developed a firm grasp on these strategies and the general pattern of a reading passage, it would be a good idea to now tackle at least one of the 6 practice tests for the reading section available in the official guide. Each set only has 1 passage, so if you really want to simulate a TOEFL reading section, do 3 sets at a time and set a timer for 54 minutes. Now for some extra tips. Vocabulary questions are great ways to score easy points in the reading passages, and there are usually at least 1 or even up to 3 sometimes per passage. The words are not even as advanced as GRE, and their meaning can be inferred from context. In fact, they have to be inferred from context. I had used the Barron's 800 words during my GRE prep, so I quickly went over the same once before my TOEFL. I did have the hard copy of the book, but even if you do not, there are flashcard sets available online, and these are completely free. The link to both the Barron's book as well as the free flashcards are in this video's description. However, only work through this vocabulary preparation material if you have the time. Do not prioritize learning these 800 words, as it will take too much time away from other much more important practice work. So only do this if you have time. Or if you ever just want to learn these words to enhance your daily conversations, I would highly recommend doing so. But if you have constraints of time, say just 1 week for the entire TOEFL prep, do not prioritize this. Get everything else done first, and if you still happen to have time, come back to this. Tip number 2. Even though you have about 18 minutes per passage, do not spend more than 16 minutes on each. You can mark questions for review and come back to them later. Make use of that feature. Force yourself to move forward with questions and don't waste too much time on a single question. You're trying to get the most number of questions right, and you do not want to jeopardize that for a single question. Select the most likely answer, mark it for review, and move forward if you're feeling stuck. Come back to it later, as the reading section is the one part of TOEFL where you can actually move between sections. So make use of that mark for review feature. Tip number 3. Knowing why an answer is wrong can be just as important as knowing why an answer seems correct. I relied on a process of elimination if I got confused with questions where more than one answer seemed correct. Greg Matt's videos go over this strategy. This wraps up the list of resources for the reading section. I hope it was helpful. See you in the next video where I will be going over the listening section.